My name's Karen Turner, and I've taught at Northside Elementary in Cabot. I'm teaching there now, and I've taught 32 years. This is my 32nd year. Getting into education made me think of all the kids and the children that need people. And as a child and growing up, even in high school, I was always for the underdog, and still today I'm rooting for the underdog always. And I always wanted to just help people and try to make things better for everyone. And I decided that education, in the education field, I could reach a lot of kids, hopefully. And that was my prayer, was to reach them, reach kids and help them and to achieve, or just to be a better person in general. Every day I'm created with new challenges, and the kids drive me to be better and to want to do better. And so every day I think, what can I do better tomorrow? What can I change? How can I do that differently? Hopefully they'll reach it the next day if they didn't reach it the day before. So a lot of times I spend my nights thinking, what are some things I can do tomorrow that will make it better? So the kids drive me to do better each day. A lot of things that I can do more than I thought I could do. I had to get out of the box and think differently. And fortunately, in my position being a reading interventionist, I didn't have to do the Ladybug or Google Classroom. And I was like, I honestly don't even know what that is. And so the teachers would come to me and say, what's that? And I was like, I don't know, don't tell anybody. But with this happening, they were like, okay, we're gonna get a Google Classroom and you're gonna do a Google Meet. And I was like, oh my goodness. So luckily I have two daughters that are grown that I reached out to them and was able to YouTube a couple of times, and maybe that helped me out a little. No, and it also made me realize that I had reached that older category when I wasn't planning on being. I felt still like I was one of the young people until I was put to this test, but I can now do a Google Meet and all on my own. I do have some notes by my computer, so, but it's taught me a whole lot. It's made us all be real creative, and you know, our homes have become our classrooms, and I have things hanging in my home I never thought I would. But being taught by her was, it was incredible. She was the coolest, and by cool, I don't only mean great. I mean, never got excited, was very calm, easygoing. I never really saw her get upset about anything. She kept her cool, and she taught PE, which everyone loved, but to have her teaching it made it even better. And so she would always speak with the same tone. She never raised her voice. She never, even when if she was mad, we didn't know it. But she would remain calm, and even during a game of PE, of course, when two kids would maybe argue the call, she was like, I'm the referee. And we were like, yes, ma'am. We would never dreamed to have argued with her, or anyone, of course, but she, even when two children were upset, she would just walk up and put her hand on their shoulder or whatever, and we don't know what she said, but it you know, put out the fire. And she just had that presence about her. And so at that point, I was like, I hope I can do that. I don't know that I did it the first couple years I taught. I hope I did. But now I think of that a lot, how to approach people. And even with her twins, they were, I think, maybe in the 3rd grade or 2nd grade when I was in elementary, and they would come in just roar, you know, just running around, and she never got angry or upset. And literally, she might just point to the chair and they both would sit down. I mean, they knew. And she just had that presence with everyone. And when we went in her room, we didn't act up because we knew we couldn't. And she, not only did she do that in school, but she did it outside of school. She did it on the street if you met her at the post office, or I know she did it in her church. And so she was just an impact anywhere she went. And she still is. She's still doing that same thing today. So if I could just be a little bit like her, and hopefully I have in my educational career, I think I'd be a blessing. Karen Turner, and I teach at Northside Elementary in Cabot.